Hey everybody, welcome back to another reaction. Your boy Lance here for episode 4 of Dusk Beyond the End of the World. Still up in the air whether or not I'm going to continue to do this on cam. I still enjoy the show enough. I just don't know if there's enough of you guys wanting me to actually react to this on cam to want to continue to push this stuff out or these episodes out. But I do at least want to finish this little mini arc, see where we go from here. So let's dive in and give episode 4 a shot here.
マフィアだぞ。俺は断固反対だ。
昨日の夜はそんな気ないって言ってたじゃん。アキラとの比較対象として誘いは受けただけです。
And maybe it might make Akira a little jealous. You're hoping.
確かに効果ありですね。
It does seem to be working, you say. Yeah, she's trying to make him jealous.
おはよう、夕暮れさん。
God damn. This man's extra as fuck.
待ちきれなくて迎えに来たよ。これ、今日の記念に。
菊科の反体感性多年草、マーガレット。真実の愛ですか。
さすがはアンドロイド。知識も。
Oh.
おい、夕暮れ。
彼は私をアンドロイ
Good
ド
for
としてい
him.
ます。
Still, but he wants to become the head of the family.
彼女の美しさに失礼だよ。もしかして君が
婚約者のアキラです。
違う。へえ。笑った。性格悪い。
He's like, hey, we can be all together if you want.
身に覚えが。間違いなく兄弟だな。
あら、アキラ。もう起きていたのね。迎えに来てあげた。
Damn, that suit. What? What am I here for?
行くわよ。
行くってどこに？
デートに決まってるでしょう。あなたは私の LC 相手なんだから。
LC 相手？絶対ダメって言ったじゃん。詳細な説明
Give me the details right now.
いや、
Now who's
ア
jealous?
クシデントっていうか、本気だったんですか？
She sure was, bro, dude.
ほど暇じゃないわ。
But
フィーデスの相手が見つかったようで何よりだ。せっかくだし、一緒にど。
oh,
お互いに
group date.
視察も兼ねて。おお。
Ooh, nice car.
オーエルに少々伝え。
Do you just like make the sparkles come out?
まだまだ行くわよ。
That's about normal.
これってデートなのか。
That's normal.
しなきゃよかったな。
初めて見つけた情報源だぞ。夕暮れも一人で行かせられないし。
I get his reasoning, right? I was gonna be a little upset about him just agreeing to go on this, but like he wants the info.
実の兄弟となると、エルシーでは認められてるって言われても、さすがに抵抗はあるけど。俺、ずっと弟でいたくないんだ。
Yeah, not comfortable with it, but he understands it.
お人よし。
You giant sap. Hey, Mimi's a romantic at heart. But
デートはまだ始まったばかりだ。焦ることはない。おいおい。
当初の計画と違います。
ah,
ダブルデートなどと？
婚約者君を嫉妬させたいんだろ。
that's exactly okay. I was thinking that was gonna be the case eventually, but
まさかフィーデスにプロポーズされてるとは思わなかったけど。
彼女は私にとって排除対象となりました。あなたの姉であろうと、いざとなったら。
でも少しは効果あったんじゃないか。
it is. Well, I don't know if it's working a little bit.
あなたの計画通りです。
すまない。大丈夫。
Oh, she was drunk, so she was drunk emotional.
大丈夫に見えますか
Drunk you is hilarious.
何が比較対象？
興味だよ。アンドロイドと人間の恋愛なんて非現実的だ。
Just like a relationship between a brother and sister isn't realistic.
欲しいと思ってね。愚か者たちの真実の愛。
Kobo falls in the so hall true love. All right. I was trying to think whether or not Calcrum felt the same way as his sister, but we'll see.
いいの？
I'm not gonna let you feel left out.
私には何もないの？
In his defense, he doesn't know what you really like yet.
アキラ？
あら、いい花を選んだわね。
Oh, that's cute. Good job.
二人ともどこ行って？なんだよ。
なんでも。
She makes good faces, though. I love all her
行
faces.
きたいところがあるんだけど。
もう意味ないわよ。オーウェルが黒といえば白でも黒になる。法なんてその程度のものなんだから。
見つからなかった。
That's how much of a... I'm not gonna go as far as call them a dictatorship, but it's very close to a dictatorship. It could be. Also could be a you know, authoritative as well. But
行っちまった。
we just know some of their commanders are fucking JoJo characters who are assholes.
アモル、いたら返事しろ。
どうして私まで迷子探しなんて。
Because you care about being around Calcrum?
探して自分がはぐれてちゃせ
Getting less about looking for a child. That is true.
嫌だよ、そっちこそ。
フィーです。
I like that flashback.
関係ないでしょ。
That showed
子供の頃、
how close they were as
兄弟
kids.
でよくかくれんぼしたよな。
See, he obviously had that same hidden nostalgia.
すぐにみんな口も聞かなくなったけどね。
アモル。
I'm sure he probably wanted to become it to protect you. Do not bet on Akira.
空気が。
Yes, thank you. Be smart.
見つかりましたよ。ごめんね。
Yeah, plot device to get them separated,
子
but
供の頃の話なんて。
たまにはいいだろう。フィーですはかくれんぼ。うまかったよな。
like it over.
こう
Yep.
って
Oh. Oh. Yeah, obviously he does care. The same way. Oh.
忘れたわ。
兄弟なんだよな、ガチの。っていうか、カルクラムのやつ、夕暮れにプロポーズしてるよな。
Okay,
なの
Akira.
にフィーデスさんにもあんな。
I thank God you're not completely dense sometimes.
そのネックレス外した方がいいんじゃないか。さっきからどうしたんです？あ、嫉妬ですか？
いや、そうじゃない。
A little bit.
けど、あいつはやめた方がいい。
やっぱり嫉妬では？
違
He's a little bit, but at the same time, though.
う。さっきの二人を見て、夕暮れは平気なのか？
No, she was using them like you would.
だから、嫉妬だなんて言っても、夕暮れに恋愛はわからないか。
That's kind of fucked up, bro.
だから理解するためにこうして検証しているのです。アキラこそ。
It doesn't necessarily mean she can't learn to love. That's the whole point.
そうだよ、アキラ。どうなの？
アモルまで。
フィーですをどう思ってる？
どう思うも何も。
彼女が選んだ相手なら、俺は誰だって祝福する。だけど。
Don't kick the. I bet don't. Yeah, I was so sus on
彼
that.
女を任せたら、誰であろうと殺すつもりだ。
Yeah.
あんた、フィーデスさんのこと。
落ちたりしないよ。
Well, yeah, it's properly done. Shout out Akira there.
実に深く。
Yeah.
お怪我は？
That was so extra.
あれは、まさか。
夕暮れさすが。
And that's how.
今の動き、人間では
That's how they're gonna send Al out.
アンドロイド実在したの。
Okay, so they're very
でも
mythological
子供が作るの
beings.
にエルシーする意味なんて何を考えているのよ。
But I like how that's making her think about this whole thing.
騒がしいが何かあったのか。彼女が LC 相手に選んだ。
Oh my god. Regardless of the whole sibling shit, I'm so tired of like
真実の愛だけでは。
people trying to push their feelings away
こそ泣いてたくせに。
for others.
怖いのも嫌だって。ボスなんてなりたくないって剣心に泣きついてた。覗いてたの？最低。違うって。だから僕がボスになってファミリーを変える。フィーレスがもう泣かないように。かっけえじゃない
Yeah.
頭も切れるし、情も
Yeah, but you are probably a little smarter than he
ボス
is.
にふさわしくないと判断された子供は皆切り捨てられるの。
He's got the charisma.
その子たちの面倒を隠れて見てる。
Oh,
仕事を斡旋したり 自分のサポートを任せたりね。
Oh,
それでもボスの
okay.
前では
Good
私は
job, Calcrum. Yeah, he might be the better boss just
ど
because
ん
he cares
な
about
相
his
手もボ
family.
スなんて優しいあの子には辛すぎる。
Too painful for a sweet kid like him. This is why the correct answer is to co
ボスの
lead
掴んだオーウェルの情報通りかと。
figures.
カルクラムめしばらく泳がせていたが
Okay, this is gonna be another episode, isn't it? Damn.
全くもって残念だ。
一人では無理だと判断しました。あなたの真実の愛はご自分で証明なさってください。
Damn straight, girl. As you pour a big ass glass. Let's go.
この時代
And here comes the catalyst.
全く予想通りだ。
ボス、
お前たちが惹かれ合っていたのは
I knew there was chemistry between the two of you.
子供の頃からな。掟を破り子もなす。
Damn, they got fucking
国は私を殺して
Tommy guns,
ファミリーを
goddamn.
乗っ取る算段か。
一体何を言っている
そ
のか。
このアンドロイド、そして OL から買い取っている軍の横流しの武器。
black market weapons from Alice military.
お前たちには期待していたのに残念だ。
また
Yeah, I'm not, she's drunk.
単なる備えですよ。それにこの
You're not gonna be able to talk your way out of this one, dude.
人の構想用じゃ。
あるわけないだろ。
いいです。チャンスをやろう。そこの裏切り者を始末しろ。成功すればお前が次のボスだ。
構わない。
You're gonna fucking cuck me, aren't you? And fucking cliffhanger me. You son of a bitch. I'm waiting for the episode to end.
ダメだピーデスさん
Or not. Oh.
いいです。お前
Okay. I thought I was gonna get.
裏切る気か。
あんたの言うファミリーはあんただけのことだ。誰一人そこにはいない。
Well,
我が子である俺たちさえな。
アンドロイドを確保しろ。
that man was quick.
うるさいですね。
A drunk android might be even worse than a sober android.
騒ぐなら店の外にしてください。
酔っ払ってる今がチャンスだ。
She won't be. That's just. Music's awesome, though.
冷水機能をオンにしていただけですよ。
I simply had my intoxication vision turned on.
酔いたい夜があるんです。邪魔された落とし前つけていただきましょう。
He's gonna take the shot. He did it again. He took a bullet again for somebody. That's dangerously close to his heart, too. Well, no. That's a lung, at least. Still a cliffhanger. I thought they were gonna end right when the when Fights had to make a decision whether to shoot Calcron. But I'm glad they let it play a little longer. You know what though? Like I said the last reaction. At this point, I don't expect us to tell a full start to end story, right? Well, they could. It's just that maybe because this is going to end up being a third episode to this arc, which I actually have been digging this little arc here, right? Because the whole point of this season or this show is to can love between a human and an android blossom and become something, right? And this particular arc shows, well, there's a siblings here who are in love with each other. And it's not necessarily the same as an android and a human, but it's two people who shouldn't be together, that can't be together, you know, are in love with each other. Granted, technically speaking, the society says they could be with the whole Elsa stuff, but it's how it's looked at, right? And I really did like Akira basically being like, I don't know how I feel about this, but he understands it, right? Because he was the pseudo little brother to Asa. Not necessarily the actual little brother, but, you know, little step sibling. Oh, it's just a step sibling thing. Not blood related, right? But in this case, oh, it looks like we're going to get interesting here. Do androids dream of electronic doves? So, okay, so from that preview, it looks like we may not get like a full episode of this arc. Maybe it'll end and then we'll start another arc. That's what it feels like. So I'm a little more excited for that. I just think spinning another episode, which I think is still a good arc, spinning another episode, like I said, tells me they're not going to tell a fully fleshed out story. I shouldn't make assumptions, of course, but I just don't know if they'll have the real estate, right? That's been my issue since episode 1. Will they have enough real estate to tell the story they want to tell? Maybe they will in the end. Maybe they just want to do 1 or 2 arcs and then kind of show how much his love is starting to grow for her, even though she looks like his fiance. You know, and like I said, it's very much the whole thing of like 2 siblings falling in love versus him understanding what that love is, but it's him having the like, "Am I okay with this?" sort of speech. That's totally fine to have, especially somebody like him who's from our current day and age, who 100% people don't want to see that, right? So I like his thought process there, and all that. And I think my only issue, well, I don't know if it'll be an issue, but I just want to see him actually falling in love with, if they're gonna do this love story between you here and him, I want to see a slow but sure thing of him starting to fall in love with her more and more instead of just jumping right into it. And that's what I'm scared of. Now, granted, he took a bullet for her here. However, he's a really good dude. I can almost see him taking a bullet for anybody, but the correlation between him taking a bullet for you here as opposed to what he did for his fiance the first time, it's obviously there. This is obviously got to be a love story between these two. So I just want it to cook properly, make it more believable instead of just jumping next episode and they're in love, right? I think that's the whole point. I feel like the whole point will be by the episode 12, 13, if that's how many episodes this show will have, that you should believe that they're in love and they're going to stay together or something like that. I think and if they're going to do more seasons, great. But I think if they're planning on doing more seasons, I think a successful season 1 into this would be him coming to the realization that he does have feelings for you here and that Toasa is gone. And that's totally cool. But he needs to find love again, so to speak. And that parallels my own shit with my wife dying and me being like, shit, do I date again? Like, and that was a hard fucking shit to do too. But, it's all about how you process that. And he doesn't have time to process that. He hasn't had proper time to process her being gone. And then what's he going to feel when we find out whatever secret she doesn't want him to find out? Was she the cause of all this happening? With the cause of Owl and all that? Maybe. I really think this is a really interesting show. I really do. I think it's promising. It's got some interesting ideas in it about what society would eventually turn into with the whole idea of marriage and polygamy and all that shit. And what society could become, I should say. And the whole thing with owls interesting and AI and androids. I think it's a very interesting concepts, like I said. I just, you know, hope they could tell their story they want to tell. I keep saying that, but I'm trying to figure out a way to wrap this up nicely. um, but no, once again, I probably will do another episode on Cam. But once again, I mean, that point would be 5 episodes. I might as well finish it. I don't know. You guys want me to continue it? Please let me know. Um, if not, it's fine. I will finish this regardless if this is on camera or not, because I am intrigued enough. So that's always at least a decent sign. But I digress. I can't figure out a good way to wrap this up. I probably rambled too much. Let me know your thoughts on this particular episode down below. Are you cool for the Wincest? Not cool for the Wincest? I keep trying to find something they're going to say they're actually not blood related. But shout out to Colcom for taking care of his fucking siblings, man. He's a real one there. And that's why she was like, he would be a better boss than me. I think both of y'all together help each other's weaknesses like a good couple would. And you could be co-bosses. But at this point, I think the family's probably going to be destroyed by them and they can live free and happy. I hope. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts on both. Like, subscribe, all that good jazz. I'll talk to you in the direction. Peace.